All right, good morning. Have not done one in a while, so figured, what the heck? I'll probably be talking to myself for a few minutes while everyone wakes up and gets on. So grab your coffee and let's go. Yep, exactly. Early or late, depending on where you're at. Okay, coffee, bish bosh. What's going on, my man? Bish bosh, my brother from another mother. Across the pond. Connie Sue, good morning from Tennessee. Hawaii checking in. How's your weather in Hawaii? Perfect. Bish Bosh is the man. Of course, it's beautiful. Good morning from Tampa. Snowed in Michigan. Michigan is a beautiful state. Chicago checking in. How's the volume on this? Because I know it's different when it's live and then when I'm doing a recording. Too loud, not loud enough. For W. IQD. I haven't had enough coffee yet. The dangers of drinking coffee out of this thing is you forget that it's hot and you're like, okay, good. Good deal. All right, who's excited about where we're at with Dinar and all the rumors? Monster Comics, I am not. My dad was a Marine, so I was raised in that mindset. I went to enlist, and before I could process out, I was in a car wreck and messed up my neck, so I did not get to go. Medically disqualified. 5x5. Morning from Texas. Yeah, Monster. Like I said, my dad was a Marine, Paris Island, Vietnam era Marine. So that's just how I was raised. Yes, sir. No, sir. And if he has to tell me twice, where do you want to be buried at? X-Man Zim. That's the great unknown. Bish Boss did a interesting article on that this morning. Check him out on Telegram. Monster, you have got it right. Thank you for your service, Connie. I'm super low key excited about where we're at with Dinar and Iraq. I mean, to me, and just my opinion only, it feels like it's getting ready to go. Um, Certainly tons. I just watched Militiaman's latest. Um, he's like, "Tell me without telling me." Or I'm going to tell you without telling you that we're there. So it's looking pretty good. Let's say South America, Mandy. Yeah, Nate, it's looking good. Yeah, Susan, everybody seems to be like right there. You know, Nader is he's and a couple years ago when Nader came on the scene and he was back then perceived as being negative all the time, but turns out that he's been pretty on the spot. Monster, I've not heard that. Monster says rumors people are turning in Dinar and Dong for a minimal rate, placeholder rate. I've not heard that, but I'm not agreeing with you. Denise, I think when this goes, they will cater to anyone holding dinar and currencies. So, what you guys thought on redemption centers? I the fabled mystery building with guards and all that. I think it's just going to be a bank. Um, I don't know. I could be wrong, but that makes the most sense to me. Yeah, Monster. Thanks for that. But like I said, I've not heard about it. It could very well be true. And I don't know if that's people doing that. I don't know wise account or whatever that is. Connie, that's what we've been told. I hope it's true. Connie says you're going to get higher rates at redemption centers. The hard part will be um, when this thing goes to not rush to the bank and you know be a knee jerk response. And if there's a better deal out there, then you run the risk of not getting that because you just are excited and want to get your money, obviously. So it'll be hard to be tempered patient. Good evening from the Gold Coast, Queensland, Australia. Good day, mate. Good night. I think it's a bank. So let's say um, we get, hey, you can go to the bank. So what I'm going to do is Chase or whoever and say I want to talk to a private banker. I'm currency holder because at that when we're told we can go, they're going to know. So I'm going to call one of them and say I'm a currency holder and what bank in my zip code or near my zip code has a facility where I can meet you or a private banker, and you have the machine Delarue, whatever it is, to verify my currency in front of me because it's not leaving my site, and then proceed from there. Good morning, Sonic Booms. We are close. No, never let your currency leave your site. I don't trust. I don't trust anybody, let alone a bank. Trust but verify. Good morning. How's the weather around the world? We finally got cooler temperatures. Oh yeah, thanks for bringing that up, Connie. So Connie said they had to cancel trips for Biden and Harris. Something big is up. So what do you guys think about that? I did a post on Twitter. I shared someone else's post and then added my commentary to it. Let's. All right, sorry, got distracted. ADD. All right, so my my little commentary on it was with RLUSD, XRP, IQD, which is dinar, government shutdown, and the real Donald Trump getting ready to Gitmo a lot of people. Might this be the swamp's last stand? So, and basically that was just adding my commentary to the Patriot Voice and his post on Kamala Harris has abruptly canceled her Christmas vacation trip to California and returned to the White House. Subsequently, Joe Biden has also canceled his. So it's strange things are afoot at the Circle K. Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. There's there's so many things, so many possibilities that could be happening right now. I couldn't sleep. I've been up since 2:00. And here's the thing: they all, it could be the swamp's last stand. I mean, you have to think about it. We're either watching the movie or we're not. And let's pretend for a minute that we're not. So we're at war with the deep states, aka swamp. And so you think, oh, Trump won. I'm just going to roll over and let him get me. No, they're going to go out with a fight. So this could be the last stand for the swamp. Or, if we go back to you're watching a movie, it could just be all the pieces falling into place and, the dramatic ending or the new beginning, whichever way you want to look at it. Yes, monster, all the rats in one place. Be a good time to round them up. And then so this alleged shooter from the insurance CEO. So somebody named Jessica had an interesting commentary on that. So notice how they are perp walking this guy from, apparently they flew in on a helicopter. I'm guessing from Rikers. But they're perp walking them. So is that a preview of things to come? It's an interesting take on that. Yeah, the arrest that will shock the world. Just reading. Yeah. Gave him a perp walk like he was Bane from Batman. Yeah. Yeah, the energy is like beaming. Militiaman seemed to be excited in his very chill, mellow West Coast way of being excited. Yeah. Nate's been up all night, very anxious and ready to get off of this roller coaster. Well, you might be getting onto another roller coaster of warp speed. Been clanking up that big hill, and all of a sudden we're going to go. but I'm ready for it. Ready for the roller coasters. I used to love roller coasters. I haven't been on one in a couple years, so I'd probably puke my brains out again now that I'm a little bit older. Look at my notes from yesterday. See if there's anything I want to talk about. How many of y'all are in crypto? Connie says lots of military movement in San Diego and across the pond. Crypto is, especially for our generation, Gen X, it's scary because it's like, if you can't hold it, is it real? Um, I'm just now like sticking my big toe in it and getting in it and trying to learn, but it's definitely hard to just send money to something and then you hold this thing but you can't see it. It's on a flash drive or a website. It's definitely a little unnerving. Yeah, everybody chiming in that can't sleep. Yeah, it's definitely like I don't know. I know nothing about that Sherman resonance thing, but it's got to be off the chart. What do I think about Kim Clement and his prophecy? Christmas, I shall make them happy. Um, I've heard everything from Kim Clement being CIA plant to he's all the rumors. I grew up watching him on TBN way back in the day when he first came on the scene. I I I think he's the real deal. A lot of people don't, but you know, proof's in the pudding. Yeah, my ears are ringing like crazy right now. Yeah, so Iraq, the XRP, IQD, all those things are going to be digital. Cross border payments will be via XRP, and if I understand it correctly, pegged to the RLUSD. The way you feel now is how baby boomers felt when the debit card, credit card was first introduced. It's another form of evolution. Yeah, you are correct. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what to think about everyone having all the. I mean, I'm sure it's got a lot to do with all the 5G and Wi-Fi, everything that we're bombarding our bodies with. I'm sure that has a lot to do with the ear ringing, but I mean, it's like it seems like it's on everything. YouTube's there's videos for it, and like how to fix ringing ears, and TikTok and all these things. So, Lily, is it Lily? I don't want to say your name wrong. XRP. James, I've been seeing a lot of that. He said January 1, XRP had something going into effect for the RV. I saw something on Twitter yesterday, and it was this guy saying basically, yeah, until the end of the year to buy up all the XRP, XLM, and the third one that's linked to copper, XDC, if I remember right, because he said that January 1 it was all going to change. So frequencies are changing. Connie Sue, 11 days away. Who's ready for 2024 to be over? uh, see it now. 2020. I'm going to change the world. 2024. Hold my beer. Now, I'm not sure that they're going to be two separate things. I think it's going to be that crypto XRP is the way that the exchange rates are paid out. That I don't think that necessarily means that you have to be in crypto, but excuse me, when you go to the bank and the money is transferred, let's say from Iraq or Indonesia or wherever, it'll be via blockchain, via XRP, pegged to the RLUSD. Monster, yes, absolutely. James, so January 1, the Iraqi RV and the money brought into the US dollars will all be tracked with XRP. Yeah, it's a double edged sword because blockchain is definitely necessary on Iraq's part so that the corruption over there that people can't figure out ways to steal it. But the flip side is, you know, what money moves via banks and things like that, anything other than cash is trackable. So, okay, Lele. Okay, thank you. I didn't want to mispronounce your name. Nat, yeah, I understand. No, Nat said, I mean, you think the currency will revalue before crypto goes to the moon. I still think it's going to be simultaneous because let's take Iraq for instance. So Iraq changes its rate, and everyone goes to the bank and starts requesting their exchange rate and their currency. You know, the difference in what you hold versus what they're going to pay you. That money comes from Iraq via XRP. At that same time, you're going to see XRP skyrocket because all of a sudden the value of XRP will be proven, and then you're just going to see it go to the moon. 2024 has been rough. Oh, okay. Teresa had to read that twice. Teresa says she thinks that the ones with Zim are the only ones not going to a bank. Yeah, that's I've heard that. I don't necessarily understand that, other than a bank, I guess, is not going to pay you that money would probably come right from Treasury. So Connie says she's heard that if you have XRP, you can take your cold wallet to the redemption center for a big surprise. Lele, that is definitely smart. It's good to be diversified. Thomas, good morning from Ocala. Do you know Ed from Ocala? Oh, he's a character. All right, so DA Level Up podcast. I hope I'm saying that right. Do you think Dong and Iraq are going to go simultaneously? They're they're heavily commingled, so if they don't go at the same time, I think Dong will go on the heels of Iraq. Um, so each Iraq and Vietnam use each other's currencies in the past uh, to buy and sell goods and things like that. So they're definitely commingled. So I think when one goes, the other one will go soon after, if not at the same time. So I think you are welcome. Is it DA level up or DA level up? I'm not down with the hip talk, but I think I still think Iraq can kick all the rest of the RV off. So with the whole Trump inauguration thing, I think that, and it's my personal opinion, rabbit hole thought, Iraq goes first, massive amounts of money starts moving, and then that triggers the rest of the RV. That's just my thought. Uh, so here's the thing about double dipping, and this is kind of an old buzzword that was thrown around. Double dipping would be if redemption center rates are true and you go to the redemption center, cash in, and then you run out and try to buy more dinar, that would be double dipping. But I don't think that's going to be. I don't think it's going to be possible. So I wouldn't worry about double dipping. Subs, good afternoon. Refresh my memory. You're from Indonesia, correct? It's been a while since I've done a live, so I'm trying to refresh my memory. Yep, correct. Connie says we've been told once this kicks off, they have to stop selling foreign currency. I don't think that they have to stop selling it, but immediately. So again, I use Exchange of America just because that's who I purchased mine from. I'm not affiliated with them, but I'm a happy customer. So they are a certified currency exchange center. So when this goes, they're still going to be able to sell currency, but it will be at the new rate. So they don't necessarily have to stop it, but they will, instead of, $68 for a million dong, all of a sudden you're going to have to buy it at whatever rate it's going to be at. So I don't, I think that eliminates the whole, uh, they have to stop selling it because of double dipping or whatever. It'll immediately change because they're linked to whatever nation selling. So if they're selling dong, they're linked to Vietnam Central Bank. So if all of a sudden the rate for dong goes to 225, their computers tell their computers all of a sudden the exchange rate goes to 225. Their websites are updated, and then now if you want to buy some dong, it's at 225 instead of peanuts. Daniel, excuse me. I'm coughing the mic. Excuse me. I think I caught a coffee ground. Here's the thing about that double dipping. So Daniel said, hey, Danielle, I meant cash out with dinars and put it in dong. Here's my thought on that. If it doesn't go all at once and they know that's a possibility, but they're allowing it, run out and buy all the dong you can get your hands on. Sun City, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Chanel OG. I think any bank fees will be rolled into the rate. If let's just say it's one rate. Let's just for a moment say there's no redemption center rate or contractor rate, whatever we've heard, and everyone gets the same. Let's say $4 for dinar. If you go to any bank, it's on Forex, so I don't think a bank can say, well, it's on Forex for I'm only going to give you $3.80. They have to give you $4. So I don't think it matters what bank you go to or anything like that. They have to pay you the Forex rate, in my opinion. Nat asked, do you think the dollar will tank in the near future and our profits will be diminished? The SWIFT dollar, the Federal Reserve Treasury note dollar, is going to tank and go away. The new USD, RLUSD, is backed by the Treasury, so I've heard, and that will be solid. So your value will be there, not in the SWIFT dollar. Connie, what am I hearing about NDAs? It's the same rumors that's been circulating forever. I honestly don't think we're going to have NDAs because I think it's all just going to go at once. As far as we're plugged in, like I always say, this is our life. We're on here 24/7, waiting for it to go. But there may be a veteran who has dinar that doesn't know anything about this, and all of a sudden they hear on the news, hey, dinar is revalued, and they go to the bank. I think it's all going to be like that. It's just all going to go at once. I don't think we'll have an NDA. I could be wrong, but the only thing maybe with Zim, there could be an NDA, but I don't think it's something you have to worry about. Good morning, Mike. Brenda, I'm hoping it will be before the end of the year. Me personally, this is just me and my own opinion. I don't think we'll be taxed on it because if you go out and you buy dong from a currency site or dinar, you're not paying taxes on it. So I just don't think so. But if you do and you're a multimillionaire, pay your taxes. I do not. I steer clear of the bondholder talk. I don't really care about it. It's just something that these, Mark and Mike Barr and all these guys talk about. And I don't dive into it. So I can't really speak to it a lot. There has been a lot of talk on these shows, Mike, Mark, different ones about tier three is going now. I hope it's true, but I don't know. Just reading. Parody Mike, I'm not sure where you're going with all that. Oh, you watched too much Infowars. Yeah, yeah. I don't put a whole lot of stock in Alex. I think maybe at the beginning he was legit, but somewhere he's got turned. All right, what else you guys got? And if we're done, I'll wrap it up. Yeah, I mean, Connie, you should definitely keep your cards close to the chest. Um, so Connie says security at redemption centers will be heavily guarded, and we need to ensure that only those who need to know. Um, so when this goes, definitely less is more. And then once you receive your money, just be cautious. Don't be that person that runs out and buys a $50,000 Rolex and a $500,000 car and all that. You don't want to make yourself a target um, because people see those high end cars and they know you have money, and then all of a sudden they're running into you and suing you and all that stuff. So just be cautious. Simone, I was wondering how did you get into the me personally, or how do you go about buying some, Simone? Pam, thanks for joining. Happy to have you. Joe, yeah, Mark's definitely excited. Oh, years ago, my mom started following Q and all this stuff, and at first I thought she was crazy. Um, I loved her, but I thought she was crazy. But then I just started digging into it, and then went down the rabbit hole and haven't looked back. No, Brenda, do not let the bank send your money out. Never let your currency leave your sight. Adrienne, I'm going to stay low for a while. That's smart. Well, Susan, once it's all said and done and you can help them out, then I'm guessing they'll change their opinion of you. Or not, but it won't matter. Simone, you're welcome. Brenda, you're welcome. Never, never let your currency leave your sight. Thank you, Nat. You may even want to relocate to somewhere else, you know. I'm sure everybody will head to Florida. But you definitely um we move a lot anyway. So my wife works for uh, the world's biggest retailer, so we move a lot. Um, but if I were in our hometown, I would probably move because I just don't want people knowing my business. Kind of that's sad, but I understand it. Florida is too hot. It depends on where you go. We we're in St. Augustine, and it gets hot in the summer, but you always have that breeze coming off the ocean, so it's not. It's I didn't mind it. We're currently in Mississippi, and that is 100 times more hot and more humid than Florida. Subs, exactly. Flashy lifestyle attracts bandits. Yeah, double up. We've heard that it's instant. So once you go in, your currency is verified. It's in your bank account or bank accounts. Nah, again, it's where you live. We were again St. Augustine, East Coast, uh, and I've lived in Southwest Florida, Fort Myers area. Definitely more in Fort Myers about the big cockroaches. Tampa area. Someone was on here earlier from Tampa. Saw them there. But as far as on the Upper East Coast, I never saw those huge cockroaches. Kelly, that's a rough one. I've had similar. Hey, Coda. Similar things with my kids for different reasons, but when you can set up your trust funds for them and all that, it is what it is. Nat Star lives in Miami. I would definitely think there would be a lot of them in Miami. Eric is from Tampa. Good morning, Patriot Miller. Sorry, I look like I'm retarded looking at this stuff because it's like I'm trying to read font that's like this big. Forced Healer from the UK. Brenda, I would recommend if PNC will not verify it in front of you, then I would go to Chase or Citibank, Wells Fargo, make phone calls, and if you have to open up new accounts, then I would do that. I would not let your currency out of your site. That's just me. Um, is it Chanel OG? Do you think we will be on the QFS system at the time of the exchange or still on Swift? My rabbit hole conspiracy theory is the ISO 222 and the Basel 3 is the QFS because it's all blockchain. So I think we are already in the infancy of QFS, or the ISO and Basel 3 combined is what we've been told is a QFS. And if you go to a bank and you talk to a banker and you say QFS, they're like, what? But if you say, Basel 3 ISO 222, then they know what you're talking about. Western Australia in the house. Adrienne, that's sad. I'm sorry. Subs, it's the kidney stone thing. So I have the I have a very rare horseshoe kidney, and I didn't know, but they're horrible for kidney stones. So when I was in the hospital, ICU, all that stuff, there was a couple that they couldn't get, but I had to heal and get over the sepsis and all that stuff before they could go do another procedure. So the procedure I just had Monday is they put you out and they do this sonic wave thing and supposedly blow them up inside of you. I don't know. It just felt like Mike Tyson hit me in the back for about an hour. So a lot of Tylenol and ibuprofen, but it's getting better. Denise, I feel like it's definitely going to happen before the end of the year. That's just my gut feeling. Uh, the rumors are Christmas Eve, so you just have to take that with a grain of salt. Connie Sue definitely nailed it 100%. Pam, so here's my thought on trust and things like that. So when we first got into that, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, you have to have a trust," and um, I didn't believe it, but it's kind of like I went and got one just in case. But the whole Ed of Acala trust theory that he throws around, I don't buy into that. But just for the sake of having one, because they're not that much money, I went to a lawyer and I said, "Here's my conspiracy theory that the bar and admiralty was it maritime admiralty law is going to go away. So I want a trust that's built on constitutional law and not maritime admiralty law." And so that's how he drafted it up. And he said that if it went away, this would still stand. So that's the trust that we have. Thank you, subs. I appreciate that. South Africa in the house. How about that, peeps? We are global. So many in need. People won't have time to do much if Christmas Eve. Denise, true, but if you can change people's lives after Christmas, does it really matter? Firefighter, I have not heard that. Pam, you're welcome. Firefighter, that is definitely a Nasara thing. So we have to wait and see when all that goes. I'm guessing that's going to be post Trump inauguration. Eric, what's the one thing you want to treat yourself to after this RV goes? The absolute number one thing is retire my wife from Amazon, because that's just the pit of hell place to work. So that's goal number one. Me personally, I want to do a V8 conversion on my Jeep. That's going to be my adult child goal. But mainly, it's just uh, time freedom for the wife and I. All right, so I'm going to butcher your name, but it looks like Moing Pole from South Africa. Welcome. Lake house, beach house. Yeah, there's a company, Eric, in Nevada, where you can get a LT1 10-speed put in them. So that's my goal. Corvette motor. Monster, without details, how's your wife on this? And was she hard to convince? Um, no, she keeps so the RV is a giant lake. She stays on the edge and dips her toe in every once in a while. She's just like, let me know when we're rich, and that's how she takes it. She can't. She doesn't deal well with the roller coaster, so I just try to just give her the cliff notes. All right, we're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes. A lot of spouses, you know, they can't wrap their head around it. But once it happens, then they'll change their mind. Skyin, Skyin, if how you say that. My wife and I were in it from day one. That's yes. You should consider yourself lucky, and that's awesome. I'm so sorry you lost your husband, Estelle. Connie, that's great. Yes, Peggy, stand strong. Monster, I'm thinking when you come home with that new bank balance, she'll get on board. Nat, the rules have changed. All right, 5 minute warning, people. Got to get going. Hoping and praying that 2024 goes out on our terms and not theirs. Chanel, that's awesome. I hope I'm saying Chanel right. Deli Sandwich, what's going on there, brother? Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Guys, if you're not on Twitter, you really should be. Get on there and follow this stuff because it happens so fast. It's like if you just sit there and refresh your screen, there's new stuff coming out all the time. Estelle, that's great. Nat, correct. Majid and Brothers Technology are awesome. I talk to Brothers Technology a lot, uh, offline and online, and he's just his heart is so big. Uh, yeah, definitely give him a follow and a shout out. Majid's great too. He's just a strong cup of tea. if you if you wear feelings on your shirt sleeve, you might be in for a ride. Thank you, Pam. All right, guys, we're gonna wrap it up. It's been awesome talking to y'all today. So we're gonna wrap it up. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in, and hopefully, if we have some exciting news today, I'll do another quick update later today. Until then, we will see you all later. Thank you, and especially everyone for tuning in. And all the people around the world that are here is like mind blowing. So that's awesome. Uh, yeah, guys, put a shock absorber on your heart. If we miss the 24th, set your eyes on the 31st. But yeah, you definitely need that shock absorber on your heart so this thing doesn't kill you. But all right, Scott, thank you. But we're close, so just hang in there. Tie a knot on the end of your rope and hang on. All right, guys, see ya. And that is a wrap for WIQD.